Greetings, YouTube. Once again, happy Friday. Happy April Fool's Day. As strange as that is to say, because sometimes April Fools can be April Cruels, depending on what kind of prank you get pulled. So remember, if you are pranking somebody, to be in good fun. I reviewed, if you missed it, about an hour and a half ago, the Thronebreaker offer. I appreciated that the price point was $10 cheaper than in months past, but they gave us, in some ways, less than $10 with the decrease of value between no Tier 2 Alpha, no Cavalier Nexus crystals, cut the Tier 5 Class Catalyst amount in half, but made it a selector, which maybe you think that's better, maybe not. Replaced all of those previous rank ups we talked about with a small amount of a one-time purchase of either Tier 6 Basic or Tier 3 Alpha that for 99.9% of people isn't going to be a game changer for what they need in their long haul to take their next 6-star to rank 4. And then, kind of surprising, cut down the amount of 6-star shards for Thronebreakers by 10,000, from 25,000 to 15,000. That was, again, $10 less, but that's, like, when you're not saying a 6-star's worth $10 normally, it's worth a lot more than that. So saving $10 but taking away a full 6-star worth of shards is concerning. But just as the Thronebreakers have gone back to the 30-day cards, now keep in mind this is traditionally, and I expect for sure for it to be the case again, spring cleaning offer month, part of me still thinks that this is going to be Cavalier players' temptation. Now, there are two different kinds of Cavalier players that we're going to talk about in this video. The first is the traditional kind that just needs to take a 6-star to rank 3. Now, I would think at this point quite a few people are close. But if you're a casual spender, you still don't have a lot of opportunities outside of clearing content to get a Tier 5 Class Catalyst selector. I still think the best guarantee to take some 6-star to rank 3 is to complete the easy path to the Abyss, but a lot of you have told me you haven't done that because you don't have all the best counters, and that makes sense because those are still not easy to get, of course. So, Cavalier Daily Card. Most of the time, unfortunately for Cavalier players, we see them have to pay $50 for a 10 to at most 20% Tier 5 Class Catalyst Fragment Selector. Here it's $40, and they are now getting, over the course of 30 days, a 30% selector, assuming they choose the same class that every day for 30 days. Now, maybe you watching this don't need the full 30% to form it. Maybe you only need, say, 10%. Maybe you're real close. If that's the case, you can start forming that next class, and let's say you want to take Corvus and Cosmic Ghost Rider. If you've got both those 6-stars to rank 3, well, then you would stick with Cosmic throughout the duration of the month. One of the most confusing aspects of this is the Tier 5 Basic. 45,000 for $40 when you see Cavalier players routinely buy 45,000 immediately for $15. That is almost a 200 to 300% increase in the price of that, which is a ripoff for Cavalier players, to be honest. 6-star shards, 5,250 by the end of the month. That's pretty close to Thronebreakers. Between that and the 5,000 6-star shards, which we'll get to the second picture now, I think this is the best part of this in terms of being close to Thronebreakers, because we got 7,500 6-star shards now, and then by the end of the month, an additional 7,500. So that's pretty close to Thronebreakers. Of course, you've gone from 100% Tier 5 Class Catalyst Selector to 30%. That's a decrease of 70%. And a decrease of 66.6% of Tier 5 Basic from 3 over the course of a month to 1. This is where Kabam shows its clueless face. Cavalier players don't care about 5 stars at this point. They care about 6 stars, and they care about taking those 6 stars to rank 3. I don't understand why they keep giving Cavalier players uncollected items. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And on top of that, I know I said this in my offer, but this is where I'm a little envious because I actually need Tier 2 Alpha. I could take up a really exciting rank up today if I had more Tier 2 Alpha, but instead I'm going to have to wait a couple days for the Glory Store to give us enough glory to buy a couple tier 2 alpha. So this is the only part of the Cavalier daily card where I'm like, man, I wish we got some tier 2 alphas, throne breakers. But everything else, 6-star shards are fine. 5-star Nexus are completely out of touch. And this is, believe it or not, one of the better offers we have seen for Cavalier players for tier 5 Class Catalyst Fragment selectors, particularly before Spring Cleaning event, which has some of the best offers all year. In fact, it had better offers last year than we saw in some ways for Cyber Weekend, including the first selector for a 6-star Awakening gem, which blew my mind a year ago, and I anticipate more opportunities because this was also the time to introduce us, good lord, to tier 3 alpha and tier 6 basic Catalyst Fragments. It's crazy to think it's already been a year. So here's the deal. If you don't need to take a tier 5 Class Catalyst up to become Cavalier, or excuse me, to become Thronebreaker. If you are Cavalier and you already have a rank 3 6-star and you just need to complete Act 6, I would say save your money for revives to take down the final Act 6 boss. But let's say you completed Act 6 and you are less than 30% away of a tier 5 Class Catalyst to forming that all too important tier 5 Class Catalyst to become Thronebreaker. This goes from like a C value to a B plus value, depending on your situation. So that's my breakdown of this Cavalier offer. I probably should do the uncollected at some point, but we're going to end this Cavalier video here. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.